I thought I would do a bit of a studio breakdown video today, kind of walking through my creative space and chatting a bit about how I've put it together to try and maximize kind of creative flow. It's been a real labor of love, and it's been going for about 12 years. I think I've been trying to put this space together, so it's been a long time building and tweaking and changing and adding and selling things and buying new things, and it goes on forever. So yeah, I'm going to do a quick walk around just to talk about the creative space a little bit, and talk a little bit about some of the gear and some of my philosophy behind things. So yeah, let's do it. So this is like the main control room. This is the spaceship control panel, and it's centered around a Windows PC, which is under there, which is stacked full of an ungodly amount of sample libraries and virtual instruments. And then I'm running that into Pro Tools, which is my kind of home. You know, I've spent so many hours upon maybe possibly years within Pro Tools, staring at these two monitors, and I really love it so much. It's such a wonderful little creative playground, especially when you start understanding the kind of the deeper parts of it. And after just spending like 10,000 plus hours within it, it becomes such an incredible tool. And then from there, I've kind of got different stations. So over here, I've got my drum machine synth pedal station, which is centered around this beautiful Moog Grandmother, which is just an amazing analog synth, mono synth. That goes into analog drum machine, which is just crunchy and awesome and fun. Gets you away from the monitor as well, gets you using your hands. Then we've got the Microkorg, which is kind of probably a classic synth now. This one's probably about 15 years old. And this as a station is just unbelievably powerful for all sorts of kind of sound palette work. It probably shines most in dance music, I would say. Any form of like rhythmical groove music, this is just amazing. But I mean, you can use it for everything. I mean, the Grandmother's got like a spring reverb built in, an arpeggiator. It's amazing. And then from there, I've built it so the workflow kind of flows into the pedals. So you've got all of these kind of source sounds that you can then manipulate through the pedals on the wall, and then mainly these two, which are just two incredibly unique, beautiful pedals. This is Chase Bliss Mood MK2. Looper, bit crusher, delay. It's so cool. Reverb, it does so many amazing things. That goes into the Empress reverb, which is probably the most exquisitely beautiful reverb I've ever heard in my life. It's just amazing. I'm kind of in love with that reverb. So all of that going into that is endless amounts of fun to be had. Then on this side we've got another loop station, which just gets me away from the kind of PC a bit. You can make whole tracks on this thing, rapidly fast. In a few minutes you can get something amazing going. Then from there I've got like little filming setup stuff, some mics on the shelves. I've been getting into filming a bit more pedals on the wall, distortion, delay, bass DI, that thing's amazing as well. Universal Audio Apollo down there, which goes into another preamp. Cool little pull out keyboard under the desk, which kind of slots out when I'm doing composition stuff. That's really fun. I've got a volume pedal and some other bits, but this whole workflow is just so much fun, you know, between the virtual instruments in the PC, jumping into the synths and the drum machines, running stuff through pedals. Just, I mean, endless sonic possibilities within just this kind of desktop here. And then I've got my kind of little live room space. I've recorded full bands in here and stuff over the years, even though it's quite a small space. You can do an awful lot with it. And guitar amps, well, that Laney guitar amp, that's a beautiful vintage guitar amp. Then we've got my favorite Fender Telecaster, which is my good old friend. I've been using this thing for absolutely donkey's years, and I love it to pieces. That would be the thing I would say first if the studio was on fire, I think. That's a beautiful old classical guitar. I've just been recording some of that actually. So soft, so delicate, such a lovely instrument. That's actually about 60 years old, that guitar as well. Then I've recently set up the drum kit and spent an ungodly amount of time tuning it and making it sound great. But it's just been such a cool tool to have, to be able to jump in here, turn the mics on and get grooves going on a live kit. You know, what an amazing privilege to be able to do that. This is a really soundproof space as well, so I can make drum stuff happen even when the kids are in bed, which is like unbelievably lucky to be able to have that. I've got the Fender Jazz bass. That thing is amazingly beautiful. I love it so much. That would be the second thing that I would save if the studio was burning. Then I've got my lovely Tanglewood banjo. It's not a super expensive instrument, but it's just so sonically rich. I love to kind of play it with a bow or with the e-bow. Or you can kind of play it in a very dynamic way, and it almost sounds very oriental. It's such a cool tool. Amazing thing. I'm so glad I've got that. Gong behind there. Saxophone, clarinet. Love both of those. Building up harmonies, running through pedals. Amazing. This is kind of the vocal booth here. I sort of padded this area out for anything vocals. I do quite a bit of singing, but I also record and produce a lot of solo artists. So this has been a really cool, very dead, focused, vocal sounding booth here. That's this Universal Audio Sphere mic as well, which is a really nice, clean mic. I was actually going to sell it, but I've been really enjoying using that recently. And there you have it really. So my whole ethos for setting this space up was just to have an inspiration machine. So everything is to hand, everything is ready to go. Just switch everything on, and then whatever your mind comes up with, you can make happen as fast as possible. No waiting around. That was my main driver for this space, because ideas come and go so quickly. Just in the setting of things up, often an idea can completely vanish, and that happened to me too many times. So I wanted guitars and synths and everything just completely ready to hand. And it's amazing. I feel so lucky for having this space. The last thing I'll say actually is about lighting and making somewhere feel cozy. When I work with artists, I found that it really helps to get people in the creative mode to have somewhere that feels warm and feels inspiring and is a little fantasy world away from the real world. When you close the doors here, It's like its own little cave or spaceship, I call it. Yeah, you can just get lost in here for hours and hours and hours. So that's the studio, that's the breakdown. Any questions, I'd love to answer them. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.